Welcome back to Ashel Farm. In this video we're going to do some major upgrades for our chickens. We're going to replace these old rotten chicken coops and create a brand new chicken coop inside the neighbouring shed. We'll add an auto door, auto feeders, mains water supply, new nesting boxes, and also a new canopy outside where the chickens can perch and shelter out of the rainy Irish weather. Hello and welcome back. So we have a different project we're taking on at the moment, and that's our chickens. So over here in this corner is our chicken coop. It's on the back of a shed here. Little chicks out in the grass here, they're maturing. But this has been our chicken coop now for I think maybe 8 or 9 years, and it served us very well. I made it out of some aluminium scaffolding, some old stuff that was around, and some chicken wire, and the enclosure itself has served us really well. And the chicken wire goes into the ground so we don't get predators in, and it served us well. We've got a lot of good use out of it. However, it's starting to tell its age a little bit, and particularly the old chicken coops here that we've had to patch up. They look a bit old and tired. Both these chicken coops are starting to tell their age. The roofs are starting to go on them. The bottom of this one here is starting to go as well. So we need to do some work. And the plan that we have is we're going to scrap these totally. We're going to knock into this shed here, and we're going to put the chickens inside the main shed. And then they'll have all this area out here for roaming still. And we'll put an automatic door there so we can get them in and out every night as well. So this shed at the moment, we're not really using it for a whole lot. We used to call it the potting shed, where we pot out plants, but we haven't really done that in a long time, and it's ended up being a bit of a dumping ground. So we can clear it all out. It has a pretty good roof. I put a new roof on it around the same time we did this chicken coops, maybe 8-9 years ago. It has a nice big window that we can open out for ventilation as well. So it's well suited. We also have water here. So we have everything we need. So we're going to clear this shed out, and we're going to make a lovely indoor chicken coop that they can go in and out, so they can still have their big area outside. But they can come in each night, and they come in as well, and we'll put nesting boxes inside. We'll put an automatic feeder. I also plan to put a mains feed water dispenser as well. So really big improvement on what's there at the moment. They'll have a better coop, they'll have a better quality of life when they go in there, but also it'll be much easier for us as well. We can get the eggs easier rather than having to go in at the moment and take them out of the coops. And the food and everything will be all centralized, so even in bad weather they can stay in there, they'll have more shelter. But first things first, I'm going to clear this out. Let's start. Okay, that was a task and a half, but we have the shed cleared out now. Let me give you a look. Okay, so the plan is to partition off about a third of this old shed here. As I said, it's got a new roof, nice big window, skylights, lots of ventilation, so it's a good space for the chicks. Right outside this wall here is their run, the outside run. So I can knock a hole in this wall and put in the automatic door, and they can come in and out freely. I've also got water here for mains water feed, which would be nice. And the plan is I'm going to block up this old door. I don't use it anymore, and it'll be cleaner and better for them just to have that all blocked off. We'll have a door here, like an internal door that we can go in and out, so we can clean it and do what we need to do. Over in this corner here, in the kind of darker corner down low, we'll put the nesting boxes. We'll need 3 because we have about 10 chickens, and that's about what we need. So they'll go in. Learned from my mistakes from the previous one. You got to keep the nesting boxes and the roosts at different level. The roosts should be higher, otherwise they will roost in the nesting boxes and they keep making their eggs dirty. So the nesting boxes will be now down nice and low, but also the nesting boxes will be accessible from outside the enclosure. So that means if we want to come in and check the eggs, we can come in, take the eggs, bring them in. It'll be a lot cleaner and better for us as well. And then all the way along this wall, I think I'm going to put down at least 1 roost. I might put in 2, but I might just put 1 along one. There's some debate over whether you should have 1 or 2. Some people say you should have 2 because the pecking order, as they call it, one should be higher than the other, and that might help the flock. Other people say it doesn't matter, they've had good success with just 1. So I might try just 1 for now. Be very easy to add in another one. And that'll be it. On the partition itself, I'll probably put a bit of clad, maybe some of the old sheeting I have left around on the bottom, and in the top then I'll have it see-through to allow the light in, so I'll just use chicken wire. Want to try and not use too much wood. Wood, especially things like plywood, tends to be a haven for mites, which we've had a lot of this year. It's been a warm, dry year here, and it's been a bit of an issue. So the less plywood I can use, the better. I have to use some wood for the frame and things like that, but natural wood is a bit better. It's usually when you've got the laminate wood that's the worst, so try and minimize the usage of that. I think first thing I'll do is I'll take down the kitchen. That'll allow me a little bit more space here. I'm just going to cut it down there. I'll take off the door and then I'll put up a quick block wall here. Okay, so that's the old door frame out. I'm surprised how strong this door is actually. I'm considering reusing it. Kind of looks cool as well. So that could be the door here that goes in there, the chicken coop. I think it's probably high enough. I don't think the chickens will come out over that. I think I might try it. Even though this is a dry shed, there is no protection from rising damp or anything like that. It is just a shed. So anywhere where the wood is going to be touching the ground or the wall, I'm going to put a little bit of damp proof course just to stop it rotting, because it will rot if it's touching dampness. So there you go. Just like that. It's not a bit of DPC. Okay, things are starting to take shape here. So we've rehung the old door that was over there, and it's working quite well. So it'll be our main access into the area. We have, I'm going to have the nesting boxes down low here. They're not here yet. They're due to come next week, so I just have a placeholder. This then will be covered up with some corrugated sheeting along with the section in there. And then all up here, then we'll have our chicken wire across there. Okay, next job, I'm just going to put a bit of chicken wire across the top here. And the same over the other side here as well. So that's the mesh on, and I run a bit of extra wire up on top here so it's nice and tight, and I've covered up the bottom areas, and the nesting boxes need to go in here. So that's as much as I can do for now until the boxes come. Next job I'm going to do is I'm going to build the roost for them, and then I'm going to come off this wall here, come over there and over to the right. That should give them plenty. I'll do that now. Okay, so a bit more progress. That's what it looks like from the outside. We've got our roost here, about 2.6 meters, which should be plenty. Yeah. I'm going to put a water feeder down here in this corner, keep it away from the roost so they can't poop in it. And then here we'll put our automatic entrance door. Thank you. By the office, will you? Get another hinge and I'll go get another head.
Hinge.
Try your indention. Did you disrupt the screw? No. Sorry, okay, try it. Okay, I'm going to get the boxes out fairly easy. Oh, that works nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. Funny you contributed.
Now pop it down. Box is nice and secure. So we need something now probably to hold it up.
Like just a little hook with a piece of.
You go and look and see that in the box of bits underneath the bench.
Yeah.
See that nice hooks there we could use.
Sit there. You're meant to be in there, not up here. We put an electric door for you and everything, and you still need to sit on top of this. Great.
So we finally finished the chicken coop here in this shed. And Paul here is going to talk to you about the first bit that we've done, which is these nesting boxes.
So we have 3 storage boxes, and we wanted to have something that we could come in, take out the eggs, and not go into the coop. And our idea was to have it also removable, and I came up with this hinge and string so that we could go. The reason why we chose plastic boxes was so we could clean it out easily and wouldn't have to scrub down big wooden boards. So here's how it's going to work. We can open the door from the outside, put our hand in, take out the egg.
A lot of Paul's ideas here on this one, so well done, Paul.
Yeah.
So we're here inside the coop. This is the other side of the nesting boxes. So we've kept these lower in the roost, so hopefully they should go here at night time because they like the higher area and not nest or roost in the nest boxes, I should say. That'll keep the eggs cleaner, hopefully. The other thing over here then is the food station. So we have 2 food stations here. We have layers pellets and our oats. and they're on a very simple feeder that I got the idea online. So it's basically a water trap that you find in your normal builders providers, and I just got 2 caps on them here. I mean, put the caps on at night, that'll stop the vermin coming in. So a very simple system, and I just sprayed it black to make it look a bit nicer. And if we go outside, I'll show you the other side here. So outside the coop then, we can feed them from outside, so we don't need to go inside to the chickens to feed. So we have, again, this is just the 4-inch sewer pipe. We've got layers pellets in here. Take about a half a bag, so that'll do them for quite a while. And the same then here in the oats. Yeah, just sprayed it black so it looks a bit better. Pipes go down into the water trap. Very simple little idea. They gravity feed down and they can feed from the inside. So this whole system then, what this means is in the winter time when it's rainy and the weather's not so nice, we can come in here, the chickens are inside, we can collect the eggs, check the food, and we can do it all without having to get dirty or get wet. So then in this corner I've installed a trough on a water tap, so they'll have fresh water all the time. I do suspect they will stand on this. They haven't yet, but I suspect they may stand on it. So I'm going to 3D print a dome that goes over it that will hopefully help them to not stand on it. So I'll print that over the next while. And then the other side in here is where we've got the automatic door. So this goes out into their outdoor area. It's on a timer, and this is a solar powered one, so had good reviews online. Hopefully it does the job. Yeah, very, very common piece of equipment. With the new coop fully operational, it was time to get rid of the old rotten ones, and I knew just the guys for the job. Seek, find and destroy. Specialise in all your demolition needs. And they did a great job getting rid of the old coop. Here you can see the area with the coops removed and the chickens have lots of space. It's a pretty miserable day here today, but I want to move ahead. There's one job on the chicken coop that I haven't done yet. So done the inside, which is working out really well. I'll give an update on that later. But outside in their chicken coop here, it's a nice big area, but when it gets wet, it can get quite muddy. So I want to create a little bit of a cover for them over on one end. So I'll show you here. This is their coop here. They're outside. It's raining badly today, but I'd like to create a canopy over here this side, just to take some of the rain off, and there's an area they can go into that'll be a little bit more sheltered and a little bit drier when they're outside. Now they can go inside and outside as they want into their new coop because I've got the automatic door there. But another reason why I want to do it is I have finished the roof on both the outdoor kitchen and the fuel shed, and I have some leftover material that I need to use up anyways. So I have a little bit of sheeting left over, I have a few pieces, a few lengths of timber, and I reckon if I be smart about what I do here, I can probably make that canopy out of just the leftovers here, so it'll cost me nothing extra, give them some cover from the rain while they're outside, and just really finish off that chicken coop area nicely. So it's miserable today. Doing that outside would be rather messy, so I'm going to set up here under the canopy of my workshop, and I'll actually kind of assemble it here mostly in a way that I can, when the weather is drier, just bring it out, bolt it to the wall, and hopefully speed up the whole process. So I'll get that done now. I'll figure out what I'm doing, cut all my wood, get it all partially screwed together, so that when we get a dry day, I can lift the whole assembly out. I don't think it'll be crazy heavy, and bolt it to the wall, and then put the sheets on. So a little bit of figuring out first. I'll do some measurements, see what I can do, check what I've left over in the wood pile, and yeah, come up with some kind of design that just utilizes whatever's left there. Hopefully I have enough. I think I do. I think I should be fine. All right, let's crack on. Okay, so here's my quick and dirty plan. So looking at the sheet I have and the distance I want to cover, which is 3.7 meters, I can have a maximum span of 1.24. So it's not a lot, but it'll take a bit of rain off the chickens. I have quite a bit of 2x6s, so I'll use those up against the wall, bolted to the wall, and I'll have a diagonal here bolted to the wall as well. So that should be fine. There's not going to be much weight on this, so it's just a little canopy. So yeah, 2x6 front and back, some 2x4s in between. I'll probably get maybe 4 of them looking at the timber I have, and then hopefully we'll get at least 2 diagonals, ideally a third in the middle. That's the frame put together, very, very simple. Last thing I want to create is the diagonal. So I'm just going to work out now, based on the amount of wood I've left over, how long am I going to make those diagonals. The longer they are, typically the stronger they are, because you don't have as much of a cantilever effect. So I'll try and get them as long as I can and go from there. So you have to imagine this up on a wall, but I think that's it. We've our 10-degree angle, 2 supports, and everything else put together. I'm going to try it with 2 supports first. It's a pretty decent 2x6. There won't be a lot of weight. It'll be very easy for me to add in a 3rd support in the middle later when I've got it on the wall. I suspect the 2 supports might actually be enough, and it'll save me cutting up another piece of wood as well. I did put in a little bird's mouth, so I can put a little 2x4 on the wall, and that'll help us rest everything on top of it once it goes up, and it'll help just take the weight as well of this, and I will probably put a bracket onto the wall as well. So it's the next week. Weather is fabulous out there. I'm going to move ahead and try and get this the canopy for the chickens up. It's quite light, lighter than I expected. So I'm going to chance putting the sheeting on the ground. It'll be much easier because when this goes up, it'll be up against the overall, the mesh over all the chickens, and that protects them, obviously, keeps them in, keeps other things out. But putting the sheeting on when it's up would be a bit tricky. So I'm going to do it now. I don't think it'll be too heavy. Before I do that, I'm going to pop loads of extra DPC. So I'll just pop that on the rafters just to give it a small little bit of extra protection. And yeah, go from there. Should be Should be nearly there now. Okay, so it's temporarily held in place here right now with this lat. But I'm going to put 4 big masonry bolts in the concrete now, and that should secure it more permanently. I'll just pre-drill the wood first. This little canopy finished, the little sandbox in underneath, and their door inside the coop is in there. And they've got their yard. So that's another big job off the list for this year. Really happy with it. They've got a lovely place there for going in under out of the rain, but still outside. And they have their quite large area here as well. It's all fenced in. And then inside the coop, that's working really well as well. So it's been about, let's say maybe 4 weeks since I did the interior side of the coop, and it's working really well. Let me show you here. So everything's working well. The nesting boxes have been used. Eggs in there. There. So they're getting used quite a bit. The food containers are working really well. I do have one small adjustment that I want to make. I'm going to make the hole on the top here a little bit smaller. Particularly with the corn, they tend to spill it a little bit, so I think I'll just make the hole a tiny bit smaller. Now it's not much, you can see there, but sometimes they have. The other thing then I've adjusted as well is, so this is the little water trough. I 3D printed a little cover just to stop them from standing on it and dirtying the water too much. And it's really easy. I'm just after doing it here, you can see I can just pull the stopper, let the water out, goes out the door. So it's really easy to fill, and it's always kept going, and you can see there they can still use it perfectly fine. Door's working well. Have it hooked up to the solar, so it's charging now as well. They have their oyster shells as well. Yeah, and they use it every night. So it's working really well. Chickens should be set for quite a few years with this setup. So I hope you enjoyed that. Another project on the farm ticked off.